and he's my second favorite director.
Mine as well.
Yeah, I think he's either my second or first.
He's kind of first, though, after, like, doing my research on him, and just, like, he's, like, the coolest dude.
I still like Cronenberg more.
Yeah,
he's
but
cooler.
No.
Yeah.
Carpenter's an old hippie, and he plays music.
Cronenberg's an old hippie, and he is, like, a
Cronenberg's too fucking
artist.
Weird.
Cronenberg's beautifully, uniquely
Dude,
weird.
I would rather fucking sit down and smoke a joint with John Carpenter and talk about horror movies than any other horror director.
Yeah, I would be down for that.
Like Stuart Gordon, like he's just on a lower level, but I love his movies. But he's my favorite. But I'd rather hang out with Carpenter.
I'd rather pick Cronenberg's brain than Carpenter, but Carpenter would be my next on the list. And then
but Carpenter is the most prolific in
David
horror.
Lynch.
Carpenter is like a lifer in horror.
More or less,
Cronenberg deviated a little bit too many times.
Well, I mean, Carpenter had his Dark Star and his Assault on Precinct 13.
Yeah, that was before
his Escape from New York and his Starman and his
They Live.
Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
Yeah, but the volume of horror he's put out compared to Cronenberg, though.
Whatever. So we're starting in 1974 with Dark... Well, I guess, are we going to talk about Carpenter the Man a bit?
Do you know how big his dick size is, Scott?
Jesus Christ.
We need a whole biography.
It's large.
I know that he was highly influenced by the Italian cinema. Obviously, I mean, you could tell that by looking at Halloween and The Fog, and a lot of his earlier works are highly influenced by Gallows, and like The Fog is basically his send-up of the Ghost Galleon.
Yep.
But I guess that's a Spanish movie. So he just liked Euro horror a lot, it appears. He was obviously also a big fan of, like, Kraftwerk and the earlier, like, proto-synth stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say the band, right?
Yeah, and, acts like Fabio Frizzi and Goblin, like, his scores are very, like, they're their own thing. They're John Carpenter, but...
Yeah, you'll hear them and you know they're John.
But they're also, you can tell, like, where he got his influence.
And Scott's going to see him. Randy's seen him last year at a concert.
Got my ticket going in November. Super excited.
It's a great show. I highly recommend it.
Does he play some of that I mean, there's some really cheesy actual songs in some of his movies. Does he play shit like that, too?
No,
just as his score stuff.
Yeah, when I saw him, all he was doing was playing the main theme from, like, he did Assault on Precinct 13, Halloween, The Fog, Escape from New York, The Thing, Christine, Big Trouble in Little China, Prince of Darkness, They Live, I think Mouth of Madness, and that was the last one. Maybe he did Vampires, I don't remember. But he also played a couple of the songs from, like, the Lost Tracks or whatever, those two albums that he released.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know he's got albums.
I'm not sure what he's doing for this tour, though. He may be doing something.
Well, he was doing the Lost Anthology CD, I thought.
He's got to do that Big Trouble in Little China song.
He does the main theme from it.
Oh, but he doesn't do the actual song?
No.
That'd be so bad. I hate that song so much.
I don't even remember which one it was.
Got big trouble in Little China. It's cheesy as
John is a cool dude, though. Pothead, atheist, musician, horror fiend.
Psychedelic enthusiast in the 70s.
So I can,
And it sucks that no one really ever talks about this, that he created his own strain of LSD.
Really?
And the reason why no one ever talks about it is because I just made that up.
Oh. Jesus
You
Christ.
bastard.
Right, okay.
So his student film, Dark Star...
Just watched it.
Yeah, I think it started as a short film, and then they expanded upon it.
Oh, yeah, like
feature length or something.
He's got like 10 short films, but you can't find them anywhere. I was looking everywhere, Google and everything. I couldn't find not any of them.
Somebody should really release those.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's still got them, but
Dark Star, written by Dan O'Bannon,
starring
Dan O'Bannon. Yep. Isn't Dick Warlock or somebody else in it or something?
Sounds familiar.
The guy from, or maybe Nick Castle, the Halloween guys. I don't know. I thought that there was some other John Carpenter alumnus in the cast or something, but it's basically like a comedy sci-fi.
Yeah.
I don't remember fuck all about
it. Do you remember the alien, the fucking beach ball? It's all with feet. Do you remember that?
I literally remember nothing about it.
Oh, it is really funny. One of my musical heroes named his band after one of the characters, Rob Crow. You'd know him from Anal Trump, maybe. Fucking Pinback. It's one of my favorite bands. And they wrote a song called Talby, which is another guy in that. But, yeah. But they're, it's like a these space trucker dudes, they're like getting rid of all these dormant planets that are like you can't have life on them for some reason. For some reason, there's blowing up planets.
So it's a commentary on urban blight.
Oh, that's not a good thing to say.
Why?
Are you like a metaphor against urban people?
No.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Blight.
oh, plight. I thought
No, not plight. Blight.
Jesus Christ.
like
Yeah, oh my
Oh.
god.
these are new headphones. I'm sorry, I can't really hear you. I thought you said urban plight. I don't know.
Oh my.
That
This
we're
is
just
great.
that we're destroying their territories on purpose.
Holy shit.
You're so white.
No, I'm talking about, like, you know, it's like basically tearing down vacant properties.
Yeah, because the urban people. That's what you're saying.
Oh my god, Ken.
I can't believe how racist this is.
You can't?
No, but since you don't remember it, you can't score it. I was like actually happy when it was over with. It was like a nice little student film kind of thing. I didn't expect much from it because it's all in space in '74 on a low budget. I think it was way less than Halloween was like 60,000 or something.
I think it was
Yeah.
70.
Yeah,
Somewhere around there.
it's way lower than that, and there's a lot of technology usage in it, and it all looks shitty as fuck. But the models for the spaceships are kind of cool looking, and just the effects are pretty cool for how low budget it was. I give it a 7.5.
Oh, nice. Yeah, this is one that I wasn't able to watch, unfortunately.
Moving up to hold on.
1976.
Moving up to 1976 is
We have
Assault.
Assault on Precinct 13.
Yeah.
That movie's awesome. It's a really great siege story. It's basically about a prisoner transfer where, like, the van or the bus breaks down and they have to stop at this police station that's closing the next day, and this gang just comes out of nowhere and attacks the prison or the jail, and the
Remake's pretty much the same.
Yeah, the officers and like the prisoners have to survive inside, and they team up to survive, and lots of really cool squibs, and the score is great, and the characters are good. The action's not like relentless, but it's pretty well paced. It's kind of reminiscent of Night of the Living Dead in a few ways because it is a siege movie.
Yeah, I brought up the remake because I can remember that better than this one, which I ain't seen in a long time. So.
Yeah, and I'd never seen this, but seen the remake, unfortunately.
I can't recommend that anybody ever watch the remake.
No, I say I didn't like it.
The original version is really cool, and I would give it a 7.75 out of 10.
That's what I give it.
And I can't yet.
All right, we're gonna go up to someone's watching me. TV
Yeah, it's
movie.
TV film. I don't really remember this one very much either, but
Yeah, I'd never seen this one.
I remember
sucks
not
because none
liking
of
it
us
very
even-
much.
I tried to watch it, but I was having a problem connecting on Cody, so I couldn't.
It was one of those, like, I forget what the line was of films, but the other ones were like The Hand and Eyes of a Stranger, and a few other movies got released under this same little sub-label of Fox or whatever the fuck company was releasing them, and Someone's Watching Me was one of them. And that's how I saw it, and it did not entertain me at all.
6.7 on IMDb, so it might be worth checking out, I guess. Then we're going to jump up to 78 when he did Halloween.
Yep.
Seems like we've talked about Halloween extensively.
Way too much
Yeah.
in the last two podcasts.
Like it was on the
25.
top. It was on all of our top 25 lists.
Yep.
I forgot what we didn't even score. I would give Halloween a 9.
Yeah, I think I ended up saying it would be a 10.
Yeah.
I would give it like a 9.25.
Then we're going to jump up to the Elvis movie in 1979, and I actually got to watch it.
I've seen it, not in a while, but I remember bits and pieces about it. Kurt Russell is really great in it. It's notable for being how they met and forming like a really awesome partnership.
Yeah, the other guy, Carpenter, said looked exactly like Elvis in his cadence and everything, but he could not act. So
Yeah.
that's how Kurt Russell got it.
How funny.
Yeah.
Well, at least they did the smart thing and picked the guy who could act and said,
Yeah.
fuck the singing.
Well, yeah, but the fucking kid that plays him, it goes from when he was a little kid all the way till he makes his comeback when he's fat.
Right.
But he's not even fat in the movie. They don't even like fucking.
They don't even try to pat him out.
No, it's probably disrespectful to the family. Maybe. I don't know. But the kid acting is the worst. It is so laughable. It was,
I remember them really, really downplaying the substance abuse and stuff.
yeah, and then they upplayed his hair like he was obsessed in his entire life. He's always combing his hair and he's getting picked on by everybody. And
Well, it was, he was trying to showcase the vanity and narcissism a little bit, but it really downplayed all of the interesting parts of his life, like his conservatism and like his drug abuse and like his weird, like, I'm gonna be Richard Nixon, I'm gonna be deputy.
The insanity of him.
Yeah, he was just a whacked out fucking weirdo.
Yeah, it did show they did have the scene where he shot the TV, but but Kurt Russell captured his cadence to do that. Like his moves on stage. I don't know about the off-screen shit in Elvis's life. I don't know if he acted like that, but he seemed like Elvis. He doesn't really look like him a lot, but he had the moves.
Have you ever seen that prescription pad with all the the stuff that Elvis was on?
Mm-mm.
It's crazy, like Dilaudid and Percocets and Amitol and all kinds of crazy shit.
He was like so constipated he died or something? Is that what the toilet thing is? I don't know.
I think he just stroked out on the toilet or had a heart attack or something.
I heard that he was always constipated or something.
Whatever.
I don't know. That's what I heard, I think.
Up next in 1980 is...
Oh, I didn't score it.
Oh.
I'd give Elvis a 7.
I'd give it a 7.
No, I can't give it a score.
I don't really like the Beatles or Elvis, but I kind of get Elvis more than I get the
I don't
Beatles.
like Elvis very much.
I get why people like him so much.
I'm way more of a Roy Orbison fan.
Well, he brought, out of the... Motown and shit, he kind of carried that into mainstream,
Right?
And
he stole black music and made it cool for white people.
Yeah. That's why I get him. That's why I get why people like him. I don't really like him, but oh yeah, go up to the next one.
1980, The Fog.
Great movie.
Yeah, it's excellent. Really cool ghost story. Awesome stacked cast between. Hal Holbrook and Janet Leigh and Jamie Lee Curtis and fucking Tom Atkins.
Tom Atkins, my faves.
Yeah, and
what was his name?
John Houseman from Ghost Story. The cast itself is ridiculous. Oh, and Adrienne Barbeau. I can't believe I forgot Adrienne
absolutely.
Barbeau. They're stupid. Stevie Wayne is way cooler than Stretch from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. So the basic story is that it's like a supernatural revenge tale about a town that was founded. Antonio Bay was founded 100 years ago using the gold from a leper colony that they forced the ship to crash against the rocks by tricking to the shore with a campfire so that they could steal the gold and build a town. It's so the ghosts come back 100 years later and 7 must die? Is that what it is? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 7 must die, and so they come back at midnight or 1 a.m. I think, at 1 a.m. they have, I forget how much time each night, and they kill various people in the town. Charles Cyphers from Halloween being one of them.
Yeah, the guy in the radio station. What the fuck is that?
Well, that was Charles Cyphers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Buck Flower, one of John Carpenter's regulars, is in this one.
Yeah, he's usually a drunk.
Yeah. He plays the guy
in every fucking movie, even Prince of Darkness.
He's a drug jerk at body bags.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that is fucking funny.
Yeah, Buck Flowers is.
I wonder if he's I wonder if he died of cirrhosis of the liver. Let me see. I wonder if his character's based off him and he's getting these roles because he's a funny drunk in real life, and they pay him in a bottle and just have him come back or something.
Probably not. But The Fog is one of the more effective ghost stories. It's top 5 John Carpenter film for me. The score is awesome. It borrows kind of heavily from Deo Suario's The Ghost Galleon, his third Blind Dead film, which in itself is kind of boring for the first 2 acts, but The Fog clips along nicely.
Yeah, I think so.
It's never boring. It's entertaining and really creepy, really creepy in a couple of parts. A couple of really good scares, when they're on the seagrass trying to find Tom Atkins' friends, and he's telling her the story about how his dad found the coin that disappeared. The guy's corpse pops out behind Jamie Lee Curtis out of nowhere, and that's a really effective scare scene.
Yeah, I'd say this was in my top 100. I think
it wasn't in my top 100.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, it's good. I like it, but no.
You guys gave me shit for where I put it.
I didn't give you shit for The Fog. Maybe I gave you shit for putting it on your list.
No, it was in mine. I'm almost sure it was in mine.
If it was, you didn't talk about it much.